Affordable fashion is not always a cheap fashion. A lot of people have this misconception, and that is because the brands winning today are not always the lowest price ones. They are the ones delivering the best perceived value for money, and that's a big difference. If you're planning to launch a fashion brand of your own, understanding this difference can make or break your brand. Today we are going to break down the top affordable clothing brands from Canada and the business lessons you as a founder can learn from each. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Karan Bose, founder of Fuller Global. Over the last 15 years, we have worked with over 200 fashion brands globally, from startup founders launching their first collection to established brands scaling internationally. And one thing I've realized in all of this is most founders misunderstand affordability. They think affordability is low quality, low margins, and low positioning, but it is not true. The best affordable brands create the feeling that I paid less for the value of the product that I'm getting. That is the real game. So in today's video, based on our article on affordable fashion brands, we will look at each of these brands shaping value-driven fashion in Canada and what, as a startup founder, you can learn from each of them. Without wasting time, let's get to it. Now, before we talk about each of these brands, let's try to get a sense of why affordable fashion is difficult. Luxury brands, for example, can hide their inefficiencies inside high margins. They can charge 5x, 10x of the product cost, sometimes even 100x of the product cost, and get away. But affordable brands cannot. So if you're sourcing, inventory planning, merchandising planning, or pricing strategy, any of those things are weak, you will lose money very quickly. That's why affordable fashion is an very operationally intensive business disguised as a creative fashion business. Think of it like Shein. Shein is a supply chain powerhouse, but it is disguised as a low-cost, cheap, affordable fashion brand. And that is what brands who understand this will be able to survive in this space.
1. H&M, probably one of the most recognized affordable fashion retailers globally. But here's the real lesson. H&M mastered speed, not just cheap pricing. Trend translation at scale became their moat. And speed in fashion is an operational advantage. 2. Uniqlo. Now this is where things get interesting. Uniqlo does not really compete on trends, it competes on essentials, and that changes inventory behavior completely. Fewer trend risks, longer product lifecycle, higher reorder predictability. That's operational intelligence. 3. Levi's. Denim itself is one of the most resilient categories in fashion. Why? Because consumers already understand the product. When customers already trust a category, customer acquisition becomes easier. That's why strong category positioning matters. 4. Joe Fresh, one of the strongest Canadian examples of affordable fashion done at scale. Simple basics, mass accessibility, wide retail presence. This is important. Distribution itself can become your competitive advantage. 5. GAP. GAP built its empire on everyday essentials. Not flashy fashion, just wearable products at accessible pricing. And honestly, consistency is underrated in apparel. 6. Zara. Zara changed fashion forever by compressing trend cycles. But most founders misunderstand Zara. Zara is not just a design company, it's a supply chain company. And that's why competitors struggle to replicate the model. 7. Kotn. A Canadian brand that built affordable essentials around ethical sourcing and Egyptian cotton. Diary of a Toronto Girl. This is where modern affordable fashion is evolving. Affordable but still value-driven. Consumers increasingly want both. 8. Tentree. Tentree positioned itself around sustainability and environmental impact. And here's the lesson. Affordable fashion no longer means customers ignore ethics completely. The younger consumer increasingly expects both reasonable pricing and responsible branding. 9. Forever 21, one of the biggest examples of trend-driven affordable fashion, but also a warning. Fast growth without operational discipline becomes dangerous very quickly in apparel. Fashion inventory punishes mistakes brutally. 10. Frank & Oak. Frank & Oak represents the newer generation of affordable premium fashion in Canada. Minimal aesthetics, modern branding, everyday wearability. This is where affordable fashion is heading, cleaner, more intentional, and more lifestyle driven.
Here's what most fashion founders misunderstand in the affordable fashion space. They think that, hey, if I lower the prices, if I increase the discounts, our sales will go up. But that's not the case. That strategy, in fact, destroys businesses, because in fashion, low price alone is not the mode. Operational efficiency is the mode. The brands winning affordable fashion in today's world will have very good sourcing practices, very strong inventory planning, very low dead stock, very tight supply chain, and most importantly, repeat purchase behavior from their customers. And that is what creates profitability for these affordable brands. And let me tell you something that most people do not realize. Affordable fashion can become dangerous when founders ignore break-even quantities, liquidation, and their customer acquisition costs. Because even if your product is priced low and your product cost is low, you still may have unsold inventory that will destroy your cash flow. And this is why many first-time founders fail. Not because the designs were bad, but because the math never worked out. So, if you're planning to launch an affordable fashion brand of your own, focus on these 5 things. Simplify your SKU count. Focus on repeatable purchases. Optimize sourcing aggressively. Plan liquidation before you even start manufacturing. Build operational system before scaling. Because affordable fashion can only be won operationally, not emotionally. If you want to study these brands in detail, I have linked the article with this video. Go check it out. Top affordable fashion brands in Canada. You can also explore our free resources, checklists, fabric guides, and a lot more when you visit our website. And if you found this video valuable, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and press that bell icon so that you are notified whenever a new video is uploaded. Thank you so much. I'm Karan Bose, founder of Hula Global, and I'll see you in the next video.